pick up and like.
Who?
I'm picking it up.
Who?
If it's his phone ringing, I'm
His
picking
phone-
it up.
his phone is
He's
ringing.
knocked out sleeping. I'm picking it up.
His phone is ringing.
Am I not? I'm definitely picking it up.
Hey, I'm Wayne,
I'm Daniela.
and this is Houxwife.
Keeping in touch. How do we feel about that? I don't like it.
No. I personally do not think keeping in touch
It's
for
necessary.
any reason whatsoever
Right.
is remotely
Necessary. And
necessary.
that includes
or-
family members. You don't need to keep in touch with mom, dad. Oh, I loved my mother-in-law. Oh, I loved my ex's brother and sister. That's got to go too.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. I'm thinking about it now. We have a child together.
Yeah. This is different though. When you had a kid, I feel like it's different.
You kind of have no choice.
Right. Because that kid is family with that other family.
Okay, so if your ex's mom were to reach out to you to see how you're doing via text, via call, via FaceTime, are you not going to pick it up?
No, I might.
Ooh, she's gonna pick it up.
No. I don't think
She's
I would
gonna
pick it
pick it
up.
up, folks.
I wouldn't pick it up. I think I would hit the text the.
The I'm in a meeting?
No, not I'm in a meeting. Sorry, I can't answer right now. I'm a little busy, and maybe just shoot a text.
And say what? Don't hit me up?
No.
That chapter is over?
No. Hi, how are you? Hope you're doing well. That's it.
Keep it short.
Short and simple. We don't need to be on FaceTime.
You're not going to send her pictures of the kid?
No. Are you?
No, I'm not asking you because I would. I'm asking because I'm just asking, checking your temperature. But okay, so when it comes down to it, bumping into your ex is different than
Keeping in touch with your ex.
I mean, your ex is your ex for a reason.
Right.
I just don't feel the need to be like I said, the only reason that would happen is if there is something still there and there's something that you want to, I don't know, right? There's something that you still want to address, or there's something
It
that...
could either be that you want to address or kind of maybe like ego, like, oh, you're coming back around and I'm doing better.
Explain that.
Like your ex maybe reaches out and says hi, or they miss you, and there's no reason to answer, even if you are doing better than them.
Wait, you reaching out to
No,
your
the ex reaching out to you and you finding a need to want to answer, like maybe like you're not that you're entertaining them, but you're just kind of like, I'm good. Like it's kind of like you want to rub it in your face. But I also feel like even if you want to rub that in someone's face, it's like a part of, like, you should not care at all. Like if they are nothing anymore to you.
That's the key. If that's the only way, that's the only reason you want to keep in touch, because of hope.
Right.
Like hope that or something. Okay, now check this out. If you split up with me or your main person, does your ex come back into play?
Ooh.
Is that the first person that you hit up?
It depends. I think that depends on everyone's situation. If you ended like on a terrible reason, like you would never go back to this person, or you ended because they broke up with you, kind of a thing. You know, like you didn't want to leave them. They left you. And then you move on to another relationship, and then you're with this person. You guys break up. I could see why that person would want to go back to their ex, because they weren't done. You know, it's kind of like who left who.
Got it. I think for women, it's just a safe haven to go back in time than go forward.
Why, you think a lot of
because
men
it's
don't
familiar.
go back to their exes? I feel like
No, I mean, if a woman went back to her ex, that would mean that the man went back to his ex too, because they're both each other's ex. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think the familiarity of
right, the not starting
yeah,
over again.
right. It's easy to go back to your ex, but it's like there's more of a cost for a woman to go to a new than to go back,
Right.
right? So that's why I feel like a lot of women try to like still keep this little pocket of their ex in the mix somewhere just in case
Doesn't work out.
they can't find their footing elsewhere. It's like, oh,
I could always go back to.
yeah, that dick's mine still. Yeah. That kind of thing. Right?
I guess it just depends on.
I personally think I can hit any one of my exes still right now.
It's a strong statement.
It's a fact. It's a fact. It is a fact.
Call him up right now.
Which one? I don't have many, but which one? It is a fact.
Pull up the phone.
You don't feel the same way?
Yeah.
There you go. So it's not a strong statement. It's just a fact. It's just familiarity, and I don't feel like I've made any trek in my life where I can't
Go back.
go back and be like, oh, hey, it was good.
Right.
You know, that sort of thing. What really matters is me knowing that. I know that if I or we were to bump into my ex, not saying that there's something there, but I feel like there would be some sort of awkwardness, not between me and you, but between me and the person.
Yeah.
Because I know I always left a lasting impression on whomever I was with.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's not awkward for me.
Yeah.
And it won't be awkward for you because you know my
Right.
whole resume. And if you didn't know at that time, you're going to get the briefing right then and there because our relationship is built like that.
Right.
But I feel like for them, it might be like, oh, you don't know anybody?
Right. You forgot who I was?
Yeah, like, oh, you can't say hi to me? Oh, you got your new bitch? Oh,
Yeah.
You know, you weren't saying that one. Yeah, that type of vibe.
Right.
But like, I would me and you, I feel like would be completely at ease, unbothered,
Right.
making jokes.
Yeah.
Like you said.
We've actually experienced this in person in life already.
What?
A little bit.
Oh boy.
Bumping into past people.
Who?
Do we have to mention names?
No, we don't have to say names, but just tell me the scenario.
The scenario, we were out at a club and we walked in with friends and this person approached him while he went to the bathroom. She literally spotted you, I guess, because she works there. Spotted you from the moment she saw you. Got him while he was at the bathroom and she said, do you want to bring sand to the beach?
Now this.
So we've been there.
Yeah. And at that moment, like I said, it would be awkward for them because...
And it was awkward for her
It was awkward for her because she said, oh, you're going to bring sand to the beach? I said, that's not sand, that's my wife.
And he actually brought her over.
She was like...
The girl was more in shock.
She's like, oh, if it's your wife, then let me meet her. I said, okay, come on, let's go. And
right. She met me.
they hugged it out.
We did not hug it out.
We did
not hug it out. There was
They
no
hugged it out.
There was no hugging out.
They hugged it out.
We didn't hug it out.
They complimented one
There
another.
was no hugging out. I got
They
the
hugged it out.
stare up and down. Like, let me see what this is.
They hugged it out like one big family.
There was no hugging out.
And they hugged it out. Ooh la la.
So going back to that, it wasn't a shock for me because I already knew about this person. Had he never said anything to me about this person and now he's bringing this girl
Like,
to introduce me, I would be questioning, like, who is this?
Yeah, you definitely...
I would be like, what? I would definitely, more questions would be going through my head. But the fact that I already knew the story of this person.
Yeah, I think you knew the story of this person, and we kind of knew that it was a possibility that we would even run into this person.
Right.
So, like...
It wasn't a shock. I feel like it's
Right,
the shocker, that gives people that insecurity, like, or
The number
the not
one
knowing.
the number one thing is being in the know. No
Yeah.
one wants to look like a fool.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like,
And that's what I feel like in that scenario, she kind of thought like,
joke's on her.
Yeah, she thought she was gonna have like
The upper hand.
upper hand, and like I'm about to embarrass him or this girl, embarrass her really, and there was
Yeah.
nothing to embarrass. I already knew everything about her.
Right. She thought that she was gonna reveal something that
I had no idea.
was gonna kill the vibe.
Right.
And really and truly, she killed her own vibe.
She really did. Her
But the
face
number
was
one
in
thing is
shock.
being in the know. And this goes back to, okay, the biggest lesson of all is why honesty is so important. I don't care how cringy it is. You think I want to talk to my wife about, oh, I had her spinning like a pizza? No, but you gotta have those conversations because 9 times out of 10, it's in the past. Another thing is like, okay, we're here now, so none of that should affect what we have going on. And once you have those conversations and it's understood and it's ironed out, another big problem that people have is like they'll iron out the situation, like they'll talk about the situation and they'll be like, okay, you thought it was ironed out, but really it's not fully ironed out. So like when a situation like that happens, the real emotions start coming out. So like people never really iron the thing out to begin with, right? Like, okay, so for instance, like when we talk about something and we say, hey, yeah, and this was that, and then once you say, okay, yeah, we're done talking about it, or like, okay, I got it, it doesn't come up 7 more times.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't keep coming up. Like we didn't iron it out then if it keeps coming up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the fact that when we actually are honest with each other and we have an open conversation, and then once that conversation closes, it closes in entirety.
Right.
It's not like, well, something's still lingering. No, everything is brought on the table and everything is shelled out. This way there's nothing left unsaid, or there's a little slight feeling of this or that, because that's going to show in those real situations. It's gonna actually explode in those real situations, right? Because it's like that one thing that I suppressed,
Right.
but now this situation is calling it out from underneath the ground, and when it comes out, it's gonna explode. So it's like when people have conversations, they need to actually put every single thing on the line. Listen, a lot of people are afraid to do that because they're afraid to lose the person that they're with.
Yes, and also though I was gonna say that as far as like when you don't say, it's like if you then the situation comes up for both people, it's like because the person that's like hiding something or didn't tell their partner something, it's that feeling of like, oh shit, like that, like I'm about to get caught in something. But when you've been honest with your person, that feeling could never get you. That feeling of like, oh fuck, like what am I gonna do, or like heart in your stomach, I'm about to get caught because I never was honest about this. That feeling is never there if you're just...
Yeah, like in that specific situation, oh, you brought sand to the beach. I probably would have kicked the girl down the steps if you didn't know about her. Like, oh,
Right,
shit.
or you probably would have been like, okay, night over, we gotta
go
home.
night's over, we're out. Or
and ruined the
back
night,
door.
a good night.
In that situation, you get to where we are, and it's like, oh, you brought sand to the beach? Nah, that's not sand.
Come
that's
meet
my
the
wife.
sand.
Come meet. Come. Come see what's up. And like, I know for a fact from knowing my people alone that right there is a mature, healthy relationship.
Agreed.
No one else that I even remotely know, male or female, have done or probably would handle that situation the way that we did.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe one other person.
Maybe one. but still, um, um, but a lot of it does have to do with who the person is too, though, because that person, yeah, we've had a conversation about, right? Maybe you don't feel threatened by that person. What about if it's somebody else that maybe
Makes you feel a little angry?
makes you feel a little angry, insecure, or threatened, or um, like you gotta one up them. You get what
Yeah, it
I'm
might be a
saying?
different story in the moment.
Yeah, that situation might have been handled completely different. But what do we get out of this? That when exes are even involved or a thought, when you're actually with somebody, you have to iron out all of the details of where you stand, how you stand, what they are, and iron all that out. I know people say, "Oh, don't ask about the ex," or "It's not healthy,"
No,
or
ask
whatever the
about
case
it.
may
I think
be.
it's very healthy.
No, I think it gives you a deeper insight on who you're with as well,
Yeah.
because you're gonna learn from whatever they went through in their past and apply it to yours. That's another thing that I took very deeply, and it helps me navigate our relationship on what not to do,
What's
how to
right.
how to love you better.
Yeah, you
Just
basically you learn from your mistakes, or you learn from the things that you did that you don't want to do again. Or yeah, you know yourself better, so I think sharing that with the other person allows that person to also know who you are, and like what's acceptable and what's not acceptable to you.
because at the end of the day, all your relationships shape who you are. So I have to take the person that I'm with, or you have to take the person that you're with, flaws and all, with their past relationships, and see how it
Has affected or
changed
shaped
them,
them.
shaped them, and now, because now you're dealing with that person, and you have to understand that to have a deeper understanding of them.
Agreed.
So talk about your ex
Yeah.
all the time.
Not all the time, but all the time.
All right.
And don't get mad.
No,
You can't get mad, or else no one's going to
it's
want to share
pointless.
anything with you.
But yeah,
If you get mad at me because I'm telling you something, I'm never going to want to tell you anything again. You're going to get mad. I don't want to talk about it. I want to feel comfortable.
so I can talk to you about how,
Okay.